Welcome to our first edition, preseason edition of the Dolphin Chronicles. We do apologize. We are 30 minutes late. Technology,
31.
logistical issues really got us today. But better late than never. I am pinch hitting for Johnny, who is your regular host for the Dolphin Chronicles. I am here with Mark, the false nine guru, the man, the myth, the legend, and Mr. TSB himself, Alex Castillo. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good. I need a breather. Been walking, taking trains, buses, but whatever, whatever you need to do in order to get on for the fans.
All right. So this season, we are going to be a little bit more structured, a little bit different format. We are going to try and get this thing off the ground. So we'll jump right to it. We're in preseason week 1. And this week will be really fast. Just a quick rundown of the scores. We'll jump right into the scoreboard.
The Dolphin Chronicles scoreboard!
So we pull up the scoreboard. It is absolutely miniature right now, but we can. There we go. Preseason scores. Run down them real quick. Chargers beat the Saints with Spencer Rattler starting. The Dolphins and Bears end up in a tie. The Broncos absolutely beat the brakes off the 49ers 30-0. The Cardinals beat the Chiefs. Kyler Murray didn't look so hot. The Jets beat the Packers. The Buccaneers destroyed Cam Ward and the Titans. The Rams beat the Cowboys. Skylar Thompson beat the Jaguars. Vikings beat the Texans. Giants beat the Bills. Patriots beat Commanders. Browns beat the Panthers. The Lions beat the Falcons. Can't read that one. But anyways, we will get to those scores. Yeah, we talking about practice. That's exactly what we're doing. Those are your scores. Whoa, technical difficulties here. I apologize.
What are we? There we go.
Listen, it's practice. It's preseason for us as well.
Yeah, we're ironing out all the kinks. None of the first stringers are here. Tua only played one series or a couple series.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at, right? We're ironing out the kinks, guys. Okay, it's not though we haven't made the final cuts yet. Okay.
Right. So.
And that includes audio issues. Sean, thank you for pointing that out. I'm not exactly in an office setting. I'm in a freaking bustling restaurant in Highland Park, Texas.
So yes, we'll jump right into our game analysis. For the record, we are going to have a lot of fun segments this season, and it's preseason for us as well. Hopefully by season 1, we'll have, like Alex said, all the kinks figured out. But we'll jump right into the game analysis.
The Dolphin Chronicles game analysis.
So, as Alex mentioned, Tua played one series. See, practice for everyone. Exactly. Tua played one series. But I wanted to mention something. Did you guys watch the preseason game?
I watched
Yes. The majority of it.
I didn't watch it. Yeah. I wasn't fully tuned in, but I watched a good amount of it.
Okay.
I may have gone to the bathroom or gone to grab a snack here and there, but for the most part, I was there.
No worries. Tua played, like you said, one series. He went out there right off the bat. First play of the game. Did you guys notice anything?
Illegal formation?
Yes. No. Procedure penalty right off the bat.
Well, but that's something that they're cracking down on. They were saying this season with those tackles and guards lining up a little further back to get kind of like a head start on an edge guy. So they're going to crack down on that a little bit more this season. They were talking about, so you'll probably see a lot more of those illegal formation penalties. Outside of that, it was pretty clean. For the most part, I didn't see a ton of penalties until, of course, the water boys and stuff came in. But no, I wasn't really mad about that illegal formation penalty.
What about you, Mark? Did you notice anything?
We went backwards
Well, yes.
on that play.
Of course, yeah, well, we were getting there, right, towards the goal line.
And the play wasn't. You know what? I don't care about penalties in the preseason. Just clean it up for the season.
So the one thing that excited me on that play, and forgive me because, as we know, Johnny and I are very fat guy centric. I saw Patrick Paul on that play, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And I want you to keep an eye on the beast during this play. You'll see him. And you'll know who he is immediately. You'll look at that. Look at him go. Look, he ends up 10 yards downfield blocking. If that doesn't excite you for the running game, I don't know what does. I mean,
I get excited about keeping our quarterback upright and having a good running game, but the guy calling the plays is going to be the ultimate X factor.
Okay, yes, understood. But what did you guys make? What did you guys think of?
There was a the guy could have ran that in for a touchdown if he wanted, if he got the ball.
Right.
It was a good blocking all along the O line. Hit the hole and was able to gain the yardage. Unfortunately, no.
I was just excited to be able to see. I think Patrick Paul's what, like 6'7"?
Okay, but I'm assuming we're gonna get to this at a certain point. But being able to run the ball on 1st and 10 is a lot different than being able to run the ball on 1st and goal from the 2.
Thank you. So great point. During that first series, Alex, what did you see from Tua overall?
Well, making the throws that a lot of people criticize him, saying he can't make. So you saw him hit Malik Washington for some nice conversions there. By the way, special teams looked phenomenal. Before I forget, something we need to give them their flowers for. But yeah, Tua made throws. Tua made good decisions. He looked better than he did in that joint practice, which is why I think he campaigned to be out there, right? Because obviously there was a sour taste in everyone's mouth after what happened in that joint practice. The physicality. Although their defensive front gave us hell, he responded well in that drive and put us in a good position. So I like what I saw from him. I like what I saw from both Washington kids, Taj and Malik. And definitely, like you mentioned, that left side looks strong with Savanaya, Paul, and but we have to find out how that right side's going to look. Right, Austin Jackson has been battling injuries. Daniels is coming off a major knee injury himself. So if only the left side is going to look good, then defenses can't prepare for that, right? But if we solidify that right side of the line, bring in some reinforcements in case of injuries, and we're going to look good. I don't doubt that Achane is going to progress and going to continue to do what he does, an explosive back. I loved what I saw from Ollie Gordon. Jalen Wright's vision will get better. It's unfortunate what happened to Madison. That was going to be kind of like our power. Yeah. Right, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I know. Yeah, sorry, I tend to do that quite a bit, right? Because I don't want to drag on for 14 hours when we can condense it to 30. But
no worries. So, great stuff by Tua and the offense. Get down right to the line, right down to the goal line, and then as Mark mentioned, all of that does not matter if you're settling for threes instead of punching it in for 7. Three tries at the apple, couldn't get it in, and then I'm sure that this is what Mark was alluding to. 4th and goal, and this is what we got. An absolute,
Stuff. Yeah.
not stuffed, sir. Blown assignment, blown up in the backfield, completely unacceptable. And
Hey,
I
but
think
you also have to tip your cap to that Bears defense. Let's remember that Bears defense was one of the best, if not the best, in goal-to-goal situations last season. So I don't know if we have a
So
statistician that can
wait, so
correct me
you
on that,
so
but
Alex, you just said they were top 5 in goal to goal defense. Mike McDaniel should know that. Why are you gonna try to run it down their throat 4 straight times? Why not try a quick in motion to the flat and get to the pylon like Tyreek Hill does, or why don't you not get someone into the back of the end zone, or use a big body receiver, which we don't have. Sorry.
well, we do
And
now. We have a Westbrook Akine, which would be considered a big
no,
body
but he didn't
in
play.
most.
No, I'm saying he didn't play.
Right. No, and I understand what you're saying. Let me be the devil's advocate here, right? He's kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't in that situation, right? Because if he throws a freaking, a fade or something in the end zone, he's gonna get crucified, right? But
a comment.
we're trying to establish an identity. I think it's okay, right, to get the reps in. Right? It's a preseason game, right? For fuck's sake, it finished in a tie, right?
Yeah,
So I just think he's trying to establish an identity, trying to say, hey, you know what, we're gonna commit to the run, and we're gonna be that team that can punch it in on goal to goal situations. So I think that's why he went with those with those plays and that play calling. I'm not gonna fault him for that. It's something that your trials and tribulations. Now, if I see it again and he continues to to make the same mistake over and over again, then yes, I'll go ahead and and be the first one to hang him. But I think it's okay on that particular drive. You wanna establish that. You wanna establish that physicality and say, you know what, bring your best and I'll bring my best and we'll punch it in.
so. On that particular drive, our best wasn't good enough to punch it in for 7. However, to Mark's point, a power back was brought in. Zach Wilson comes into the game and right off the bat produces this. Alexander Madison up the gut for a score. Alexander Madison had a very nice drive, had a lot of powerful runs. Unfortunately, we saw that his season came to an end. Our best running back comes from yes, and that's a great point by Sean. To Mark's point, I think that running it down their throat at the goal line wasn't the best idea. Maybe using Patrick Paul, Savanaya, athletic, get those guys moving, get them, in motion blocking. Maybe a stretch run. James Daniels had a great game as well. You were saying, Mark?
I think McDaniels just listens to all the criticism or all the noise around him, and he wants to prove people wrong. And once he gets it in his head, he wants to drive it home until he gets a result he likes, and that's his biggest downfall. It goes back to last year. He would go away from the run, and then go back to it, and then we'd have no run game, and then our pass game would be total mess. Our offense was a mess. Now, the first preseason game, of course, you want to see a team go for it, but straight up the gut 3 straight times, come on, bro.
No, I'm with you. Alexander Madison goes in for the score. The Bears offense behind Bagent was really, really good. They kind of stayed with us stride for stride. Zach Wilson had a terrible game. So did Quinn Ewers. But he did produce this. One of the drives did produce this touchdown by Jalen Wright. As you can see, takes it up the gut. Plenty of space by the blocking. And
I liked his vision there. If you slow down that one, you can see how he had patience and allowed for that hole to open up, and I think he cut it back too. Boom, right there, yeah. So that's great to see. Yeah, Quinn, let us score and drive. He struggled, man. but you expect that from a rookie. It's and Zach was what we thought Zach was going to be. I mean, Zach is gonna, it's hit or miss with Zach Wilson. But I'm excited about Quinn Ewers. I'm excited about the defense. I think Weaver's defense did really, really well. They played well. You mentioned that kid Bajent.
Yes.
I put it out there on X. I think that kid starts somewhere middle of the season over Caleb Williams.
I think it'd take an injury for Williams to.
I like this Bajan kid a lot. I think Caleb Williams is going to struggle, right? With Ben Johnson. I think he's a little stubborn, and you've seen some signs of that.
Or Caleb.
No, Caleb.
Okay.
So I do think at some point that kid takes over the starting job, middle of the year, injury or no injury.
Okay. So the show so far has been very offensive centric. But the defense, as Alex mentioned before, that we did have, I think, the fourth best defense last year, and we have to give them their flowers. Here we have Ethan Bonner deflecting a ball, goes up, and McMorris makes the play.
That's great coverage. That's great coverage by Bonner. Great jump on the ball, and McMorris was just at the right place at the right time, and a beneficiary of that coverage by Bonner. He's gonna have to. We'll see what he gives us. We're gonna need some depth in that cornerback room, and I think Bonner in his limited playing time last season showed some flashes of a decent corner. I also like what you saw late in the game, and Jason Marshall, the rookie out of Florida.
Before we get into Marshall, my issue with Bonner is this: he balls and it's almost as if he's the defensive version of Eric Nzukama, where you see it in the preseason. They ball in the preseason, and then Houdini, once the regular season starts, it's like they vanish.
Well, I mean, playing time, obviously, that guy, how far down is he in the depth chart, right? So he was playing in garbage time and playing in, when we were super depleted, huh?
You would have assumed last season, though, that he'd be ahead of an undrafted free agent like Storm Duck. But what ended up happening was Storm Duck passed him on the depth chart, and Storm Duck got the playing time that maybe had Bonner practiced better, should have gone to him. But
I mean, it's a cooler story. I mean, I love the name, right? Maybe that's what they went with. The name Storm Duck. I mean, is something that the Dolphins might. You want that guy with that name to succeed in some position. So, but no, you saw some nice. I think Storm Duck was up there as far as leading the team in tackles in that preseason game. I know Duck had quite a, if I'm not mistaken, like 4 or 5 tackles in that game. So I saw a lot from him too. I liked what he did.
Yeah, good stuff from the defense. That D-line really showed us a lot of depth.
McClendon, yeah.
Yes, all of those guys. We again touchdown from Madison, touchdown from Wright. Alex touched on it before. Ollie Gordon II did not want to miss a beat.
Here is Gordon over the top, and this time he's in for Miami, and the Dolphins are back in front.
So Ollie Gordon also had a touchdown, but the biggest highlight was the big run he had during the game. Just, Mark, I'll start with you. What were your thoughts on what you saw from Ollie Gordon in that game?
It reminded me of watching him at Oklahoma State. While he was touted as one of the best running backs in the nation going into his senior year, even as a junior, ending it on good terms, having a good season. Doak Walker watch list, all that stuff for the running backs. I mean, you see the vision, you see the speed. I think he's going to be he might end up as our number 2 back at some point. I wouldn't be surprised at all. His pass catching ability, his ability to he's a bigger back than Devon Achane, so can be used third down, goal to go, as we saw when he scored. So I think he's going to be a real good weapon for us if used properly, and that's it's going to come down to. Can we get these guys in positions to succeed?
Alex?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100% with Mark. You saw him finishing the runs. You saw the explosiveness. You saw the power, right? So a lot of that was on display. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him, two back sets back there with HN and being on our RB2. He's definitely a powerhouse. Let's remember those are some big boys he played against when he was at Oklahoma State, right? He's not coming from like the Sun Belt or the American Conference or anything like that. This is a big kid. Can be a game changer, can be a game breaker, and can be a bruiser too. Some of those runs gave me kind of Raheem Mostert vibes from a few years back.
Yeah.
Finishing the runs and the explosiveness and the speed. So I agree with Mark 100%. Hopefully we can find a way to utilize them and put him in the best position to succeed.
Yeah. Weird to see someone, as Mark mentioned, who was a dope watch list guy, all that, and fall to the 6th round for what seemed to be something out of his control. At Oklahoma State, not really the best offense, and they were playing with 8-9 men in the box routinely.
And they also relied on him heavily, right? So he's used to a heavy workload, and I think Miami obviously won't rely on him as much as the Cowboys did in their offense. But Mark mentioned his pass catching ability for sure is another thing that can't be overlooked, right? We know how great Achane is catching the ball out of the backfield. Can you imagine another guy too who can not only finish the runs and hit the holes and be explosive, but also catch the ball out of the backfield as well as he can?
Well, I think that him being a power back and having a pass catching ability.
Dude, the guy was a Doak Walker Award winner in 2023.
Yeah.
Unanimous All-American. This isn't some random guy
Yeah,
who's picked off the street. It's Ollie Gordon. Like, the name is known.
Yes.
So the talent is there.
Comparisons to Barry Sanders at one point.
Whoa. Pump the brakes a little bit. That's a Hall of Famer there. I mean,
comparison in terms of his
they went to the same school. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Comparison in terms of notoriety. They're completely different backs. But, they hadn't had a running back of that ilk and notoriety since. Right. Since, there was, who was it? Who's the guy that came out of Oklahoma State and he was unknown at Oklahoma State and then made a big splash in the NFL. I'll look him up and get back to him. But great job by Ollie Gordon, running the football. The last scoring that the Dolphins did was a Jason Sanders 56-yarder. Tyreek told him, don't miss a kick. He told Tyreek, don't drop a ball. Tyreek didn't play, couldn't drop a ball. Sanders played, didn't miss a kick.
So everybody did what they were supposed to do. Yeah. Good deal.
Yep, everybody did exactly what they were supposed to do. So we saw how good the starters did in that front five, but everyone's issue is the depth at offensive line. The offensive line, the backup offensive line, absolutely terrible game. The guy that everyone was praising in practice got absolutely destroyed in the game. Keon Smith.
Borum didn't do so hot either.
Yeah, that offensive line gave up 6 sacks. So,
you can attribute a lot of that to the motor of that kid. I think he had 4 by himself. I can't think of his name right now for the Bears. But the kid's got an incredible motor and nonstop. So, and a lot of that's attributed to Zach Wilson and both Quinn Ewers holding on to the ball a little bit too long.
That's it.
You gotta have that internal clock, and that's understood for someone like Quinn, but not for someone like Zach. Zach shouldn't be taking those types of hits or those types of sacks. So, hopefully that will improve, because if not, we're in trouble again when it comes to our backup QBs.
So Pro Football Focus and Joe Schad had he posted the offensive line grades for from Pro Football Focus, and I'll make them bigger here. As you can see on the screen, the highest rated offensive lineman was Patrick Paul. Keon Smith was the least. What do you guys see on that post? And is there anything that you saw that you might disagree with those grades? And I'll start with Mark. Mark, no, going once,
Like
going twice.
those guys at the bottom. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the depth is probably the biggest concern. One of those starting five goes down, and you really have a hole at one of those O-line spots. And the biggest issue with the Miami Dolphins is building a formidable O-line to keep your quarterback upright, who is injury prone. And if they're unable to do that, then this season is going to be a waste. They're not going to be able to run the ball. There's no passing game. We're back to a backup QB situation, all that stuff. Patrick Paul, I mean, the vitals are there. The height, the weight, the strength, all the numbers look good, and he was able to translate it onto tape into a real game. And I think he's only going to get better, as well as I think Jonah is going to get better as he gets more playing time. But Larry Borum and Aaron Brewer, we need kind of those guys to step up a bit. And Keon Smith was a disappointment. So it's going to be it'll be very interesting to see where this offensive line is. I would say gauge it by week 6 or 7, and what our numbers look like in terms of, are we able to run the ball? What is our sack percentage here? How many sacks have we given up? All that stuff.
What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for me to comment on this because I'd have to see the game film again over and just kind of hone in on some of these guys early on in the game, late in the game, situational. What was the down and distance? What was the formation, shit like that, in order to kind of really assess what's going on here in those scores and those grades. So it's tough to comment on that right now. It's good to see Patrick up there, right? Definitely the influence of Teron Armstead is paying off, and I think it'll continue to pay off with these guys and with this group. Let's remember he's on the retired list, and he's retired. He's still out there with the guys in camp, and his influence is going to be huge on those young guys, especially Jonah. Patrick is in his second year. Even the guys lower on that list and lower in the depth chart, right? So, and let's not forget what Butch Berry was able to do with a lot of these guys just last year. It looks like Liam was back out in practice. I think I saw Liam Eichenberg out there practicing again. So I'd have to see some video and some film in order to comment on that.
Okay, so Pro Football Focus also had the quarterback grades, and I'll put them up on the large screen, and just tell me what you guys think about those quarterback grades. I'll start with you, Alex.
That's a huge drop. Obviously, we know where our success lies in the health of Tua Tagovailoa. That's no secret, right? No matter who we get back there, the guy who can run this offense to perfection is Tua Tagovailoa. You're happy with a Quinn Ewers, and you want him to develop into what you think might be one of the a huge steal in the draft, which a lot of people are saying Quinn was. Zach is Zach. He's gonna have those duds. But what you notice is that huge drop off, right? We're in trouble if Tua doesn't play 17 games. That's what that tells me right there.
Okay, Mark, what do you see?
The BYU Pro Day film for Zach Wilson can only take him so far. We know what he has. I know what he has. I don't want him to play for the Dolphins. I don't want him to be the backup quarterback. I'd rather have Quinn Ewers.
Okay,
I'm being realistic.
I mean, let's remember Zach is still young and Zach is still developing. Man, he wasn't in the best of
I
situations.
know, yeah,
You know,
but he
so
he was in Denver. He was in Denver before, right? He was just in Denver.
I'll address this to you. Then I'll ask you this question, Mark. What do you say at the fact that McDaniel stated that Zach Wilson was a calculated, deliberate selection for his backup quarterback? They paid him $6 million. And at least in preseason game 1, according to Pro Football Focus, the 7th round rookie outperformed him.
McDaniels likes a lot of wordplay. He loves that stuff in press conferences and games. It's his gimmick. He loves the nonchalantness and the little hints at this and that. Get over it, bro. You're in your 4th year or 3rd year, 4th year. Okay, 4th year.
Fourth year.
Yeah. I mean, that seat is really, really, really warm right now. So give up the gimmick of the wordplay, and the whole signing of the $6 million. It's another Chris Greer type of thing, who I really don't think has made any good signings and things like that in the past. In the last couple years, his draft pick have most of them not been good. So I really don't know what the decision was to sign Zach Wilson for.
I mean, the pickings are slim. I'll go to bat a little bit here for Zach. I think what Zach brings is the off script stuff, right, and the mobility, which Ewers and Tago Bailoa are not going to be known for. Ewers is a pocket guy, so is Tago Bailoa. We know this. If he even gets out of the pocket and tries to run, everybody's instantly, puckering, their assholes get really, really tight. So I think that's what Zach brings. The arm strength is there. He's had to deal with limited weapons, I think, in his situations that he's been prior. And he brings a little off script stuff. Am I thrilled about it? No. Like I said, there's still a huge fall off from number 1 and QB2. But that's what I'll say about Zach. He brings that off script stuff, which Tua does not, and neither does Quinn.
So these are the top grades on defense. For according to Pro Football Focus, no surprise to see Zach Sealer there, Jordan Brooks, Ethan Bonner made it, Storm Duck, the rookie Kenneth Grant, and Jordan Phillips, both on that list, along with Isaiah Johnson. So you had a lot of top performers on defense, and then overall, this was Joe Schad saying that these were the highest graded. I'll make it bigger. Here you go. Overall, those were the highest rated players, which it's good to see Isaiah Johnson there in a position group that a lot of people say is very depleted, very maligned right now.
It looks like the Inter Miami center back room.
I'm sorry, you say that again, Mark?
It looks like the Inter Miami center back room.
Yes, okay, 100%.
Depleted. I mean, you can't find a consistency. That's going to be the key word for this cornerback group is consistency.
Yeah,
Can we find a consistent pairing that's going to be formidable to stop? I don't know. I mean, because you figure it's Kohu and Storm.
Well, Kohu's done.
Kohu's out for the year.
Excuse me. Excuse me, not Kohu. Storm and
Jack Jones, I think, and Mike. Yeah, Jack Jones.
Listen, the rookie Marshall is going to have to play. Bonner's going to have to play.
They're all going to have to play some. Yeah, they're all going to have to play some downs in every game and see where it goes.
I think you're going to see a lot of growth from that room. I'm confident that they won't have to be superstars because our defensive front is going to be that good, and our linebackers are going to be that good to where it's going to alleviate some pressure from those cornerbacks in coverage. Obviously, we got a leader back there in center field, and Minkah Fitzpatrick.
That's not his strong suit, though.
Yeah, but that's still going to be a voice in the locker room. It's going to be someone who can help develop these guys and take some pressure off of those kids. And like I said, our defensive line, if you have a really good defensive line and linebacker core, then you can make a bunch of average cornerbacks look good. I would imagine there's still some moves to be made before week 1, and even in season, right? There's gonna be some growth. There's gonna be some moves. Obviously, the Dolphins are always shopping in the clearance section, but
Dented can section.
it's good. It's good to see those high grades and 2 cornerbacks in that tweet right there. That's good. That's good to see, man. I mean, let's not take it too out of context, right? It's preseason week 1. A lot left to be said about the roster and the finality of the roster and what it's going to look like come week 1 against Indianapolis.
All right. Well said. News and notes. Alexander Madison did end up getting hurt in the game. Ended up having season-ending neck and shoulder surgery. He was placed on IR. Due to that development, the Dolphins quickly hosted 3 running backs. They hosted Jamal Williams. He did not sign with the team, but they did sign Aaron Shamplin, Harvard graduate, and I kid you not. Give me one moment, and I will tell you right now. I believe you. He signed. Wait. He signed. He signed 3 days with the Cowboys. Signed with the Colts, and this is
with the Steelers. Yeah.
Hold on, from 2022 to 2024, he was signed for 3 days on the Colts team. Signed from January to May. 3 days with the Cowboys. From January to May with the Colts. He played for the USFL Houston Gamblers, 3 games, 12 carries, 52 yards. Released after the season. Then he signed with the Chargers from August 15th through August 29th, and then was on the Steelers practice squad last season, and he had 1 game. Just a resume that instills confidence that he really is going to stick around on this team.
He either has a phenomenal agent or he had a hell of a workout. They saw something.
And he's leaving in 3 days is what I'm getting at.
3 weeks. 2 weeks.
So basically he's hung around enough to get like gear for like the team, and then he bails.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
He got like a key card to get into the facility, and then shortly after it was deactivated. And once he had like his hat, his cleats, his shorts, shirt, all that shit, and then it was on the first plane out. I got
pretty much. Yeah. The Dolphins also signed
Mike Boone,
former University of Cincinnati running back Mike Boone. He played for the Vikings, Texans, and Panthers, but he is most known for his time with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah. That's not bad. I've seen Mike Boone play against some really really tough opponents. I think he'll stick around. He kind of reminds me of like a Myles Gaskin type of guy, which by the way got signed by the Ravens. I think Myles Gaskin, a name that should be familiar to us Dolphins fans.
The corresponding move to sign Boone was the Dolphins waived wide receiver Monterey Baldwin.
Yeah.
No idea who he is.
Yeah, and I don't even know he was on the team, to be very frank with you. But hey, that's what the preseason's for, guys. This is preseason. We're going to get better at this, and so are the Dolphins, ideally.
Okay. Now that we've gotten all of the serious stuff, we're going to get into some fun stuff now. Has everyone heard of Bill Simmons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand that guy.
Okay. He's a basketball guy. But for unknown reasons, he came out with a quarterback pyramid. And I have this quarterback pyramid. On that pyramid, he has the quarterbacks ranked in order, but also in tiers. So I'm going to put up the graphic, and I want you guys to, and we'll go tier by tier, and I kind of want your guys' opinions on it. So this is the pyramid, and I will make it bigger. 1 moment. So top guy, Josh Allen. In tier 2, 3 quarterbacks: Mahomes, Jackson, and Burrow. Any beef with those 4 and in those tiers in that order? And I'll start with Mark because I already see him seeding.
Yeah, those 4 should just be in the same tier. They're the 4 best quarterbacks in the league. I mean, what are we basing this on? Allen because he's the reigning MVP? I mean, Mahomes has Super Bowls. Jackson has MVPs. Burrow is, are you like second best pure passer in the league?
Okay,
Well,
Alex.
they're the 4 best, undeniably the 4 best quarterbacks in the league.
Okay, because I'm going to ask a question. Alex, what are your thoughts?
I agree. I agree with Mark. I think there's maybe a few too many tiers on there. I think you got to put Jalen Hurts up there with those premium guys. As much as I hate to say it, because I'm not a huge fan of Jalen Hurts, but hey, he's produced and he's won when it's mattered most, and he beat what some consider the GOAT behind Tom Brady right now and Patrick Mahomes, and handedly.
Okay, so that was the question. Why is Joe Burrow on that tier and not Jalen Hurts? And the reason for that is arguably the thorn in Mahomes' side has been Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has outplayed Mahomes.
What's up, brother? Thank you, man.
Has
Good to see you.
shown to beat these guys. Granted,
I got
Burrow
fans,
did
guys.
Mahomes to get to a Super Bowl, but Jalen Hurts has won Super Bowls. So what my question is, and Jaden Daniels hasn't done jack shit to be ahead of
I agree.
So
I agree. I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration.
To my argument for Jalen Hurts to be up on that tier.
Can I ask you, if you put Jalen Hurts on that Bengals team, they get nowhere near the AFC. They get nowhere near an AFC championship team, or a championship game. If you put Burrow on the Eagles, they have 2 rings with him as quarterback. It's that simple.
Okay, so you think that Burrow's not being successful?
Burrow's putting up those numbers on a team that has no O-line, and it's he is struggling back there at times, and I understand.
I'll ask you this question then. Most notably on this pyramid, at number 20 is Tua Tagovailoa.
This is ordered by numbers?
Yes. So 1 would be Allen.
Okay. And going left to right would be 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is Daniels, and so on and so forth. Okay.
So 2 was ranked 20. You said that despite a terrible offensive line, despite all of those things, Burrow's putting up numbers. I, devil's advocate, you back. Tua, when healthy, behind a shit offensive line, has also put up numbers.
Yes.
Yet he's at 20.
Yes.
So
I put him above Murray. I'll move him in front of Murray, in front of Geno Smith, in front of Bo Nix, in front of Drake May, in front of Sam
what's the
Darnold.
for you for Tagovailoa here?
Between that Goff, realistically, between Stroud, Goff, Herbert, Darnold. I mean, yeah. Herbert blew a freaking 24-0 lead at Jacksonville.
Here's my issue. I firmly believe in my heart that Tua Tagovailoa is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. And Sean, I see what you. But let me tell you, buddy, Burrow hasn't been able. Burrow and Tua have played roughly
the same
amount of games.
There's a difference between how good of a quarterback compared, do I think Tua is and how far he can take us. Because right now he's 50% of the problem in playoff games. The other 50 is the rest of the team and McDaniel.
Okay.
So I put him higher than.
This isn't a circumstance pyramid. This is a
I'm just
quarterback
standing based off on a healthy quarterback situation. When he's healthy and everyone's firing on all cylinders, he's a better quarterback than Murray, Smith, Nix, May, Darnold, Herbert, Goff, Stroud.
Okay, I think
Stafford maybe, Prescott maybe.
I think
Probably
Prescott is too high.
I mean,
he
won him a national championship as well.
The only guy ahead of him in that room is ahead of him in this pyramid in Jalen Hurts.
Is Jalen Hurts. I mean, he benched Jalen Hurts got benched for him.
Correct? Yes.
Jalen Hurts transferred to Oklahoma because of Tua. Tua got in there and threw a game-winning touchdown pass, a seed to Devontae Smith to win the national championship against Georgia.
Yes.
Am I saying he's better than him now in the NFL? By any means, no, I'm not. But Tua was a very highly touted quarterback recruit coming out of high school. And Alabama really wanted him, and they got him. And they won a national championship because of him. So now whatever happened the rest of his career, he got injured with the hip and all that stuff. So
now this is Bill Simmons, a basketball
guy. Bill Simmons. You're asking me about Bill Simmons, and I don't like him.
Hold on. I understand. Bill Simmons, a basketball guy. However, a similar list was made by GMs around the league. This is that list. On this list, Tua is 17th.
No. He's 2 spots higher. He's 3 spots higher. And I said he's ahead of May, Darnold, Nix, Smith, Lawrence, Rodgers. The guy's like in a retirement home practically.
Right.
Murray is better than Murray. Do I think he's better than Brock Purdy as a pure quarterback? I think so.
So do you think that this Tua hate is because of the fact that he, as Sean stated, and right here, Tua can't is that unfairly being put on him when Dak Prescott can't finish the season? Burrow hasn't been able to finish the season.
But Burrow's on a different tier than
understood. Tua. But the fact remains, he has injury issues. But in this list, he's tied for first.
What quarterbacks here don't have injury issues? Mahomes, Allen, and Jackson.
Goff?
Okay. Goff.
Maybe. I'll give you this. Burrow has had a lot of bitch injuries. The thing is he can't play through. I understand.
The thing. I think the thing is that Dolphins fans are so wrapped around that they want to win in the playoffs.
Yes, I can agree with this.
Tua is not going to be the guy to do that for them. That's what they're wrapped around. That's what all the notion comes from. Does he have bad games? Yes, of course. Yes. Most notably the game against Tennessee, Monday Night Football, when he couldn't beat Will Levis or Mason Rudolph put together. And we lost that game with 3 games.
2 seasons in a row.
He didn't play the second one. He got concussed before it.
I'm talking about just the Dolphins. Couldn't beat them 2 seasons in a row.
Yes. The big games is the question mark around Tua, and rightfully so. Can he win the big games when it matters most? And right now, he hasn't.
Okay.
But then again, it's 50% him, 50% everyone else, and most of that is most of that second 50% is the head coach. But like we say, wins and losses go on quarterbacks.
Sean says the main problem with he's an on. Yeah. Yes, he's a quiet. Yes, I can see that where he's coming from.
He's not a Gregory. He's not a Yannick Bright. He's a Redondo in there.
Way to circle back around. So
I have to.
This season, we're trying to bring different aspects to the show. One of them is this season we're gonna show you the best performing fantasy player in the NFL, and the best performing fantasy player on the Dolphins this season. It's something that we are going to be bringing for the rest of the season, and we're going to go ahead and get to that segment. Get to that segment now.
Dolphin Chronicles Fantasy Football Players of the Week.
So the Dolphins performer, and I'm doing this in reverse order this week. The Dolphins performer is Taj Washington. Just absolutely balled. 3 receptions, 4 targets, 53 yards. 2 of them for first downs. Clearly the best, had the best game for the Dolphins. Now, in the NFL, and this is a name that is very near and dear to us because I feel like we got okey-doked for 3 preseasons, and I feel like this team is also now going through the okey-doke from this player. The NFL top performer is none other than Skylar Thompson, former quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, now on that Steelers roster. 20 of 28, 233 yards, 3 touchdowns, a 132 quarterback rating. Mark, what do you have to say about these numbers?
I'm not commenting on this. I refuse to feed into this nonsense that you're pulling on. I mean, you really want. I mean,
listen, I didn't choose this. The numbers chose this.
Who's the backup in Pittsburgh?
He is the backup.
He is the backup.
Yes,
that's right. Kenny Pickett's in Cleveland.
Yes, it's Aaron Rodgers, and he is the backup to Aaron Rodgers along with Mason Rudolph.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Bless those Steelers, man.
Is Skylar Thompson under center in week 1?
No, it's no.
Listen,
I would look. Look. We play the Steelers on Thursday night or a Monday night or maybe even a Sunday night. I can't remember when I think it's probably a Monday night. Game. It's a primetime game, I'm pretty sure. Over there, if that guy starts that game, I promise you he's throwing for 400 yards. I know it. I see it already. I see it already. I know it's happening.
All right. Now that we've shown you guys the fantasy players, we are going also to bring you another debut segment. It is called the Play of the Week. We're going to try to bring you the best play we saw each week. And this week, the nomination goes to Jacksonville Jaguars kicker Cam Little. That man hit a 70-yard field goal, a man's field goal. You can see it here. It is absolutely ridiculous. 70 yards. And his reaction is gold. He kicks it. He just lets it ride. He's trying to find the football. And did I make it? Did it go in? Wait. Yes! And there is genuine emotion there from the young kid. Excellent play. 70 yards. I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, you think this guy's going to be the first kicker taken in fantasy? Probably. He's going to hit 70-yard buckets.
So, at what point is this kicking thing so ridiculous?
An advantage to the team?
No.
Like, all you have to do is get to the 50 and the guy's kicking a field goal.
Okay, but that's exactly my point. At what point are we going to get to where it does not matter what you do on offense? You're good for 3 points no matter what you do.
I mean, how consistent can he be from 70? How many 70-yard field goals is this guy? How many 60-plus yard field goals is he going to take?
I mean,
he's going to take all of them. At this point, if you're Liam Cohen in Jacksonville, you see this from this kid, and you're like, okay. Well,
listen, I remember when I was a kid, one of the best kickers that I ever saw was from the Denver Broncos, Matt Elam.
Yes, he had a very strong leg.
Right.
At that point, now it's
unfathomable. The unfathomable was in Denver with the wind, 63, and he barely made it. Now this kid's kicking 70, and he didn't even have to power his leg. You saw the motion, straight normal motion.
I mean, Sean literally just said it.
Yes. Yes. Normal. Just normal kicks. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
He
I want to
says,
see what. Yeah, they were talking about that. I remember that rule or that rumor.
so absolutely ridiculous. So we've shown you the play of the week, and you can't have a play of the week without having the Dodo play of the week. We'll show you the play that absolutely makes you think that these players are absolute Dodo birds. The nominee this week is 100% CD Lamb on the sideline, being a complete Dodo bird, gets cleaned out by the ref. Here you go. Bam. Absolutely destroyed.
Nice. Where's his get back coach? Hey, look, Sean. Can he? I mean, apparently he can. He's good with his feet. He can play the ball with his feet. That's all that matters. I can't wait for tomorrow. Oh, I am so ready. I have so much.
Yes, CeeDee Lamb gets our nomination for Dodo Bird of the Week.
I mean, absolutely. You know, he's calling a touchdown, and the guy's yo. He's thinking it's a touchdown. It was underthrown by like 50 yards, probably. Looking at the receiver coming back for it.
Yes. The funny part is that adding insult to injury is that he ended up getting a flag on the play. Not playing.
Sideline warning?
No, he got a sideline interference call. I think
There you go.
Yes. This year we are also going to debut something called Pick'em. Johnny, Alex, and I will be picking 3 games straight up.
I'm not Johnny nor Alex.
We will be keeping standings at the end of the season. The loser, forget the winners, the loser is going to have to pay a humiliation, which we will come up during the season. My guess is probably wearing Jets gear to a Dolphins game in Miami and holding up a sign stating, "I lost. This is my humiliation."
Thank God it's you guys and not me.
Well,
You said yourself, Johnny, Alex. I did not hear Mark. I did not. Nope.
No. I mean, you can join if you want to, but
no, I'm fine over here.
I think the only reason we're doing that is because I don't think I can afford a dunk tank. Otherwise, I'd rent a dunk tank, put it in the Dolphins parking lot, and have Dolphin fans just absolutely go to town on the dunk tank.
That's a good one.
But I don't see that being feasible. So Jets gear it is. But new segments being introduced, preseason trouble. Yeah. But this is what
there's a lot of I like it. There's a lot. I'm happy I was the pilot of this. I went on the pilot of this new segment series for Dolphin Chronicles.
A lot of exciting things coming our way. Next week we'll have the whole crew. Logistics shouldn't get in the way. Brand new show. Planning was a little bit difficult, but 8:30 next week. Preseason 2. News and notes. All the same deal. We'll pick a play. A Dodo Bird. We'll have some fun stuff. But for everyone here at Dolphin Chronicles, please don't forget tomorrow at 7:30 we have False 9 with this fine gentleman here. A lot to talk about. There is news and notes, things happening, flying fast. Tomorrow should be fun. Will be fun. 7:30.
Are you gonna rile me up already? Are you like getting my juices going for tomorrow?
Listen, when you marinate steak that way, it tastes so much better the day after. So I'm just doing my part.
I mean,
listen, a little sazón completo, you know.
Not even you. It's just I've been on Twitter or X or whatever, and I've been reading, and I need the whole hour.
Right here, well, as we can see on the screen, at F9 Mark, he's been spicy lately. So tomorrow should be a fun show. For everyone here at Kendall Sports Network and at the Dolphin Chronicles, thank you for joining us. Sean says, as we exit out, The world is burning, and the front office is sitting there saying it's all
Is that the Dolphins
fine.
front office, the Inter Miami front office, or the Heat front office?
Both. And
All,
I think
all three. I'm gonna go all
if I
three.
saw correctly, someone on Twitter said you've lost 60% of Miami. Good luck. For everyone here at Kendall Sports Network, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.